We'll start by finding a comfortable seat. You can sit in Sukhasana or another position that's comfortable for you. Be sure to pull the flesh away from your sit bones so that you are feeling rooted and secure. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Let the crown of the head reach towards the ceiling, so you're making that spine as tall as you can. Then bring the shoulder blades together and down the back, and place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Start to become aware of your breath. And if you're able, allow the breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to tune out any distractions like noises from outside of the room or thoughts running through your head. And then start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. So if you inhale for a count of 4, you would exhale for a count of 4. If you inhale for a count of 6, you would exhale for a count of 6, and so on. So your rate of breathing could be different from everyone else, and that's perfectly fine. With each inhale, allow the spine to grow tall. And as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but begin to soften the body. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And now bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times. And on the 3rd exhale, we'll share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Bow the head. Open your eyes, looking forward softly. You can place the hands on the thighs. Today we're going to learn the breathing technique called 4-7-8. And this is a breathing technique that was developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, and it's based on ancient yogic pranayama practices. So the 4-7-8 breathing technique, I've been introduced to it in a couple different situations. Some of them were yoga themed, some were not. So it's a breathing technique used by a lot of people. It's very effective to reduce anxiety, to increase the oxygen level in the body, and to help you fall asleep. So most of the research that I have done really talks about how this breath helps you to fall asleep at night and then also reduce the anxiety, and it helps to bring more oxygen into your body. It's a pretty simple technique. So I'll show you first, and then we'll do 4 rounds together. So you'll just place your hands on your thighs, and then you're going to take the tip of your tongue and place it on the fleshy part of the roof of the mouth right behind the front teeth. And then you'll close your mouth, and you're going to keep your tongue there the whole time. So to begin, you want to get all the air out, and you do that audibly with a whooshing sound. So then you inhale through the nose for a count of 4. You hold or retain the breath for a count of 7. And then you exhale with that whooshing sound for a count of 8. So I'll show you a full round. It goes like this. So the exhale is longer than the inhale. Now with any of these breathing techniques, especially the ones where you hold your breath or retain the breath, if you ever feel dizzy or lightheaded, let it go immediately and come back to your breath. So this is a pretty gentle practice, although that 7 count hold is a little long. So let's try it together. We'll do 4 full rounds, remembering to exhale first. So place the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Once you finish, come back to the balanced breath and bring the hands at the heart. Softly open your eyes. So we'll go ahead and release the 4-7-8 breathing technique. And I will tell you, I did a blog post on it. So if you go to my website, bloomyogamd.com, my newest blog post is all about 4-7-8 breathing. So we're going to lay on our backs. And just have your legs extended out nice and long. Your arms can come by your sides. And as you inhale, the arms come up overhead until the thumbs touch the space behind you. And as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with the balanced breath. Inhale and exhale are equal. So I feel much more clear-headed after doing the 4-7-8 technique. And I'm imagining that's because I've brought so much more oxygen into my body. Kind of woke my brain up. The next time the arms are by your sides, pause there. We're going to move to alternate leg raises. We'll do 3 on each leg. The arms can come out like a T, palms face the sky. As you inhale, the right leg lifts up off the mat. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower the leg until it's about 2 inches away from the mat. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, leg lowers until it's 2 inches away from the mat. Third inhale, third leg lift. As you exhale, lower that right leg all the way down to the ground. On the next inhale, the left leg lifts up, sole of the foot looks towards the sky. Exhale, lower until the foot's 2 inches away from the ground. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, leg lowers. One more time. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, lower that left leg all the way down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. You can rock gently from side to side here. Giving yourself a little back massage. Become still, and then start to rock head to tail. We're going to come up to seated, but go ahead, have a little fun. You can rock back and forth a few times, and then bring yourself up to Sukhasana, or easy pose. So we can always adjust our sit bones here so that we're firmly rooted. Take your left hand behind your left hip and place your right hand on the top of the left knee. Root down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. And as you exhale, begin to twist to the left, and you're going to start at the belly. So we twist to the left, moves up to the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, and so long as it's okay for the neck, you can turn the head. Inhale and exhale are equal here. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, create length in the spine. As you exhale, slowly come back to center, starting with the head, shoulders, chest, ribs, and belly. Take that right hand, place it behind the right hip. Left hand comes to the top of the right knee. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly bring yourself back to center. We'll come to all fours, hands and knees. Feel free to put some sort of cushion under the knees if that's best for you. Remember that when you're on all fours, those knees are just hip width apart. They're slightly behind the hips. Hands are shoulder width apart. They are slightly forward of your shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Press down through the fingers and the perimeter of the palms to help keep the weight out of the wrists. It's almost like making a little suction cup with the hands. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose, so we keep those elbows up off of the ground. Inhale, back up, all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Continue moving with your breath at your own pace. So if you're moving at a different rate than me, that's perfectly fine. Next time you come to all fours, pause there. As you inhale, the right arm sweeps out parallel to the mat. Reach the fingers towards the space in front of you, thumb points to the sky. Look down at your mat to keep the back of the neck nice and long. So long as it's okay for you, you can lift your left leg. reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips, making yourself as long as you can. Draw the navel in towards your spine and watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Lower the right hand, lower the left knee. Take a moment, shift back to child's pose. And then as you inhale, bring yourself back up, all fours. On the next inhale, the left arm sweeps out parallel to the mat, thumb points to the sky, fingertips reach to the space in front of you. If it's okay for you, the right leg sweeps out. So you're reaching through the heel, reaching through the fingertips, bringing the navel in towards your spine. Lower the left hand, lower the right knee, shift back to child's pose. So we're going to stay in child's pose, keeping those elbows up off of the mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands out to the left as you bow out those right ribs. Feel the stretch on the right side of the body. Walk the hands back to center. And then on the next exhale, begin to walk the hands out to the right, this time bowing out the left ribs. Walk the hands back to center, and then bring yourself back up to all fours, hands and knees. From here, we're going to move into downward facing dog. So from all fours, curl your toes under. Start to shift your hips towards your heels. The knees lift just a little bit as you press those hips back. So we come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Your hips point to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Heels relax towards the mat, head and neck relax. Start to bend those knees, go back down into child's pose. Sorry, wardrobe malfunction. And then as you inhale, come back up, all fours. Let's try that again. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift as you press back, downward facing dog. It's fine if you'd like to bicycle your feet a little bit, but if you do that, do it very slowly so that your muscles actually have a chance to relax a bit. Start to walk the feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through your feet. Use your core. Bring yourself up to standing. So we will stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. When we stand in mountain pose, our feet are just femur width apart. Feet are parallel to each other. So look down at your feet. A lot of us stand with our feet turned out or turned in. Maybe just one is turned in. That's indicative of muscular imbalances. We all have them. Just they affect us differently. So if you can, you're going to bring those feet to parallel, to neutral. We want our pelvis to be in neutral. So here's my big postural imbalance, my forward tilting pelvis. So you may need to draw the tailbone towards your heels, navel in towards your spine. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Shoulder blades come together and down the back. So this is Tadasana, mountain pose. So we'll stand in Tadasana and just come back to that balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. So the inhale and the exhale are equal. And standing at the top of the mat, as you inhale, the arms lift. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your knees like you're sitting on the edge of a chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're just going to slide your hips back as if you're sliding those hips back in your chair. So my pelvis tips forward. I get this arch in my back here. If that happens to you, do a nice subtle tailbone tuck to lengthen the low back. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, lower the arms. So that's Utkatasana, chair pose. We'll do that again. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Soft knees. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, just bend the knees a little bit. Sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to slide those hips back. So if this bothers your knees at all, I want you to not bend so much. And then if it still bothers your knees, you can try putting a block between the knees and really squeezing it, and that will help keep the weight out of your knees. Press down through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, hinge forward fold. Uttanasana. Relax the head and neck here. As you inhale, come halfway up to a flat back. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Press down through the feet. Arms start to lift. When they're in line with the ears, use the core, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide those hips back. Breathe here. Press down through the feet, bring yourself all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, come halfway up. And as you exhale, fold. Press down through those feet, arms start to lift. Once they're in line with the ears, use that core, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that again. So standing in Tadasana, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide those hips back. A little more gentle option is to bring those hands to your hips. Press down through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Press down through those feet. Arms start to lift. When they're in line with the ears, use the core, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to come to lay down on our bellies. So just lay down comfortably. Cross the forearms in front of you. Rest the forehead. Come back to the balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. Inhale and exhale are equal. Today we're going to practice Sphinx pose. So don't worry about the upper body for now. We're just going to focus on the lower body, and then we'll add the upper body. So just a little note. Sometimes this pose will cause your feet to cramp. If that happens, just relax your feet and rotate your ankles. So get comfortable, and we'll start with our legs. So for Sphinx pose, we're pointing our toes actively towards the space behind us. So we're pointing the toes and we're reaching them the whole time towards the space behind us. Then you want to create an inner rotation of the thighs. So you're turning your thighs in towards each other, which causes your sit bones to come apart. Then you're going to draw that tailbone towards your heels. So I'll show you again. Reach those toes to the space behind you. Create an inner rotation of your thighs, and then draw the tailbone towards the heels. So you're going to keep all of that, and then come up onto those forearms, placing your elbows directly beneath your shoulders, and then the wrists come right out from those elbows. So you're reaching and pointing your toes, inner rotation of the thighs, tailbone towards your heels, pressing down through the perimeter of the palms, the fingers, the forearms, and just gazing forward and breathing. Relax your legs. Cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead, bend your knees, and just rotate those ankles. Reverse the direction of your ankle rotation. Let your ankles become still and lower the legs to the ground. Bring your arms by your sides, palms face the ceiling. As you inhale, your head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat, and then as you exhale, lower. So notice when I lift, I'm not looking forward. I'm keeping my gaze to the mat because I want to keep the back of my neck nice and long. Okay, Poppy. So as you inhale, head, chest, arms lift. As you exhale, they lower. You're moving with your breath at your own pace, and just lifting as high as is comfortable for you. Ardha Shalabhasana. I don't know if you can hear the church bells. They're ringing now. I love that. The next time you lower, pause for a moment, and then you're going to lift again. And this time, hold the pose for 3 full breaths, if you're able. When you finish, lower down, cross those forearms in front of you. If your low back is a little bit talkative, is how I say it, feel free to shift back to child's pose and stretch it out. Bring your arms back by your sides, palms face the sky, and we'll add the legs. So this time, as you inhale, head, chest, arms, and legs simultaneously lift up off of the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Again, just like in Sphinx, we're pointing the toes and reaching them to the space behind us. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Fingertips reach towards the heels. Exhale, lower. The next time time you lift, let's see if we can hold the pose for 3 full breaths. Lower down. When you're finished, press back to child's pose. Come back to laying on your belly. So we're going to do one more variation of Shalabhasana. We're going to do the one that we did, not with the legs, but just the upper body. But we're going to add our 4, 7, 8 breath. And we're just going to do 2. Now this is going to be challenging because holding Shalabhasana for 7 breaths is challenging. So if you get to 3 breaths and it's time to come down, just come on down. So what we'll do is we'll exhale all of our air. As we inhale, we'll rise for a count of 4. We'll hold the pose and our breath for a count of 7, and then we'll let all of that air out with the whooshing sound as we slowly lower down for a count of 8. We'll try it 2 times. Again, if it's too much, please just watch the breath. So bring your arms by your sides, palms face the ceiling. First, we're going to exhale all of the air, then we'll inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Take your time. When you finish, you can cross those forearms in front of you and rest the forehead. Coming back to your balanced breath. Roll over onto your back and you'll hug your knees into your chest. Rock gently from side to side. Become still and then bring those arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, tip your legs over to the right. So the right leg comes down to the ground, the left leg can just rest on top of it. The left shoulder is ideally rooted to the earth, but if it's popping up, just bend your left elbow and place the hand on the rib cage. You can close your eyes here. Start to draw the knees back up, and then as you exhale, you'll begin to tip those legs to the left, twisting to the left. Bring the legs back up, and then you're going to press the soles of the feet towards the sky. Rotate the ankles. Why don't you move that bed and you can sit there. Reverse the direction of your ankle rotation. Let the ankles become still. We're going to do leg lifts now, and we're going to do the single leg, and we're going to add the 4, 7, 8 breathing technique. So let's start with our legs on the ground, and we'll start with the right leg. time, we're going to turn the toes out slightly to the right. Exhale all of your air. Inhale through the nose for 4 as you lift the leg. Hold for 7 as you retain that breath. Slowly lower as you exhale for 8. Other side. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8 as you lower. Go ahead and do that 2 more times on each leg on your own. Take your time if you're still working. When you finish, you can hug the knees into your chest. We'll place the soles of the feet on the mat. Bring the arms by your sides, palms face the floor. As you inhale, press down through the feet, lift those hips. As you exhale, lower the hips. Moving with your breath, inhale, hips lift. Exhale, hips lower. 3 more. That third, you can lower the hips, hug those knees into the chest. Keep the knees hugged in. And as you inhale, the knees pull away from the chest as your arms straighten. As you exhale, draw the knees back in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, draw the knees in. Place the soles of the feet on the mat and take your feet as wide as your mat. Your hands can rest on the belly and just let the knees sway from side to side. When you practice the 4-7-8 technique, start with 4 rounds, and then you can work your way up to doing 8 rounds. The next time the soles of the feet are flat on the mat, bless you, pause there. Let the knees just fall in on each other. Take your index fingers, link them together, and then bring those arms up overhead on the ground and breathe. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana. We'll be in the pose for 5 minutes. If there's anything that you need to be comfortable during this time, please feel free to grab it. Once you have everything that you need, you just lay on your back with those legs extended out nice and long, arms by your sides, and palms face the ceiling. If this is uncomfortable, you can modify. Perhaps you need to lay on your belly or your side. It's really nice if you have a chair. I'll actually grab one so I can show you. If you have a chair, this is really good, especially if you have a bad back. You can always put this chair is a little tall for me, but you can put your calves up on it and just lay back. So you can modify this pose. Traditionally, it's done laying flat on the back. So however you choose to take Shavasana, relax. Let the feet just relax. Let your arms be by your sides, palms face the ceiling, arms a few inches away from the body. Relax the jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. And let your eyes just rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over and rest in Shavasana. you're in, becoming aware of your body. You can start to make subtle movements that might feel good, like wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles and turn the head gently from side to side. And then stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. And then we'll roll to the right side in the fetal position. And we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like, you can use the arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Once you get there, you can bring those hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this morning. And thank you for trying the 4-7-8 breathing technique. It might have been new for you, so if so, thank you for trying something new. As you go through your week, see if you can find a time to practice the 4-7-8 technique. It's highly recommended before bed, and remember, start by doing 4 rounds, and then over time you can work your way up to 8 rounds. And if you need a reminder, I will be posting this class on YouTube, and also you can check out the blog post on my website, bloomyogamd.com, just to remind you how to do it if you forget. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be free from suffering, may you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great day.